It's not like I was welcomed into the mountains, so I'm not an official Matagi. Still, Keith skills with the gun's the real deal. So this is the guy here is Keith's partner? Alan has always been Keith's partner, since long before Siberia. Until these guys got caught by the Soviet army, they kept lying low and sniping, even after their main force was obliterated. We're a two-man team. There's no point flattering just me. I'm the best sniper in the world, but that's because I got a partner I can trust. I'm just here to lighten the mood. That's not true. Anyway, I'll never do a job with anyone other than Alan, so there's that. I know, you're the strongest when you're together. You can't eat with just one chopstick. They may look young, but they're the best of the best. I can say for sure they'll suit your needs best, Captain. I mean, sure, I'll take him. Well, if you say so, I'll believe it. Butler showed Alan and Keith a photo that had been on the table. Who is it? This fat man's your target. No, not a man, he's a fly. He's been buzzing around these big shots in the captain's care, causing all kinds of trouble. Dang, looks like one miserable villain. Anyone's dead face can be like an angel's. Amen, poor man. Won't be seeing you again. What the heck? Crap, I love those puns. He's a bastard of a newspaper reporter who likes finding people's weaknesses, threatening them, and using them to build connections. Blackmail artist. It's a high-ranking official with this guy on his tail came crying to me. There's a person who I want to have owing me a favor. I'd like you to handle this quickly. Captain is Primavera's greatest ally. That's why we're putting our best men on this job for the captain. In other words, you guys. For our countrymen's sake, you gotta watch the captain's back. Can we ask you to do it? Well, if Alan's okay with it. Okay, yeah, boss. We'll finish up this villain extermination in a flash. Use discretion, okay? I'd like to avoid having witnesses. Don't worry, these men are fully versed in that area too. Okay then, what sort of divine punishment will we level on this villain? Damn, I'm getting pumped. Just a few days later, the man in that picture would have another, smaller picture of himself in the local paper. Get fucked. American reporter dies in Edogawa international traffic accident. There's a late night, one-car accident involving someone asleep at the wheel. On top of that, it was an incident within City 23, so the inspection of the scene was done under Butler's watch. Alan folded up the newspaper inside. Terrifying. Earning grudges against yourself never turns out well. Is there an article about it? Keith returned after buying a bottle of carbonated water. Right here, it says it was an unfortunate one-car accident. Accident? Boring. Wish it said whether I got him right between the eyebrows. That'd hardly be eliminating him quietly. Now would it? This here's a perfect score. So, how was that shot of mine? Perfect shot. One kill, nicely done. One shot, one kill, nicely done. Good work, partner. Good work, Alan. Good work, me. Yep, good work, us. They knocked together their glasses of carbonated water. Then they drank them down in a single gulp, like shot glasses, and rose to their feet. I'm going home. What about you, Alan? I'm not going home yet. Today's my date with Yuki. Can't believe you still haven't opened your eyes. Going off to be your wallet again? The money's much happier spent on such a beauty. So you worked hard to get paid by the boss, and now you stupidly waste it on women. Shut up, this is an investment. Good grief. Well, I guess it's nice just to have something to spend money on. You saved a lot, haven't you? Isn't it about time you used it? Around here, there are times money will save your life. You can never have too much of it on you. You better be careful. One of these days, some villain's gonna clean you out. Well, I imagine you'll get cleaned out by Yuki first. Whoa! Yuki's gonna do what to me? She's so aggressive. My man! Moron. Later. I'll go home and take a bath or something. Sure, see ya. Don't get soggy. Bye-bye. Lullaby. Not sure why. What the heck? You're so weird. Apparently all of Alan's puns got him laughing. Keith chuckled and turned away. After waving to his back, Alan turned away too. No! Follow Alan! Yes. Yes, my man. They're a pair of irreplaceable partners who acknowledged each other's skills. However, they didn't intrude on each other's privacy. Alan and Keith, two talented problem erasers from Battalion, one of Primavera's crews. They had a relationship that wasn't too clingy because they trusted the other. I want to see who this Yuki is. I want to approve of the simping. A streetcar stopped and several people coming home from work poured out. It was getting further into autumn, so it got darker more quickly once the sun started going down. Silhouette leaned against a traffic sign that split the flow of people. It was Alan. Yes. 30 minutes had already passed since their meeting time, but he waited calmly. Oh, no! After all, Yuki's a businesswoman. She's probably working hard. The girl he was after was apparently busy getting a new company started. Please stop. That might have been partly responsible for her lateness. However, no matter how late she was, she would definitely come. Please stop. After all, she was his schedule fiend, and she had put time with Alan into her schedule. At that time, he noticed a slender hand waving at him through the crowd of people. Oh, she's here! Yuki! Shut up! Don't cry out like a wild man in the middle of the street. Sorry about that. I'm just happy because of a big job I finished up today. Yuki is kind of cute, but whatever. Oh, what sort of big job could a mere bar plate cleaner like you finish up? Well, that's just cleaned up some of the city's trash. Cleaning up trash is a big job. Was there a massive pile of trash or something? That's enough about me. Congrats on finishing another day of work, Yuki. Oh my god. This dude's full of simple. Just don't even mention it. I'll bet your schedule is packed again, huh? No problem. It keeps me busy, but it's worth the effort. Still, it's all meal meetings with big shots. Somewhere or other. It makes my shoulders stiff. Well, keep it up. I found a place that's just perfect for relaxing after a day like that. Very good. You really are useful. You have my praise. Dom. Your gracious words of praise honor me. Farewell, young Miss Yuki. Allow me to introduce you to this evening's special restaurant. Her name was Yuki, which means snow. It would have been romantic if they had met when it was snowing, but unfortunately their first meeting was a fairly disappointing one. While riding a streetcar, Alan was mistakenly suspected of molesting a young American girl. God damn it. However, since he didn't speak English, he didn't have a clue of what was being said. He started smiling flippantly and rubbing his hands together, which only made him look more like a molester. Just when he was about to be surrounded by grim-faced Americans, Yuki had solved the misunderstanding with fluent English. What a queen. Her intellectual boldness made Alan fall in love at first sight, and he'd followed her around obstinately until he succeeded in getting her phone number. Step on me! Their restaurant was neither high class nor famous. It was a small Western food restaurant, which they were somehow able to run despite it being so cramped. Its poor location hurt its popularity, so very few people knew the wonderful taste of the food here. Delicious. This tastes quite good. It does, doesn't it? There's even a rumor that the cook here was a head chef on the battleship Nagato. I don't believe stories without a source. But this demi-glace sauce is excellent. I know, right? This here's a secret restaurant. I'd rather not have too many people find out about it. Good job. I'll grant you 30 points for today. Thank you for the Yuki points. I wonder if I've reached 100 again. By my records, you're 88 now. Your reward will have to wait until next time. Yuki points were worth a reward every 100 points. This was how he had gotten the privilege to learn her name, learn her phone number, and ask her out to meals. Fuck off. Are you kidding me? Alan and Yuki's relationship had been going on for half a year now. Okay, I mean, it sounds kind of cute, like that whole like system, only if like you actually get shit and not like, put it in the fucking grinder and be like, oh, now you can ask me how my day was. Like that shit, that's dumb. However, it would be very hard to mistake them for lovers, as they were a long way from a man-woman relationship. Alan fell in love with Yuki at first sight, then asked her out on dates now and then. To Yuki, going along with him was like having a short breather between gaps of her busy work schedule. It looked like she was taking advantage of Alan, being crazy about her, but even Yuki wasn't indifferent towards their relationship. It was quite a fashionable relationship, more than friends, less than lovers. Yuki didn't speak about it in detail, but she was apparently the daughter of a wealthy person. She was a talented woman who had been studying abroad in England since before the war, learning about management. Apparently she had just come back to Japan after a long absence, so even though she was fluent in Japanese, she seemed foreign somehow. Because she'd learned about gender equality, she was able to boldly and clearly state her views, without being afraid of anyone. Queen. Her resilience was no weaker than the ladies of the evening, but you could easily tell that she had been brought up well. All of that put her right in the middle of Alan's strike zone. Me and Alan are fucking gods. Two Chads. My job? I haven't told you before, have I? I heard you were trying to start a company having to do with trade or something. That's not what I meant. I was more interested in what sort of work you do every day. Why should I be the only one to tell? If you'll start with some stories of your hard work as a barback, I'd be willing to talk about my job a little. My job? I don't have any interesting stories at all. You don't have any thrilling stories? Like having to clean up the vomit and excrement of a dead drunk customer, or taking trash out to the dump, only to have swarms of black, unidentifiable insects start crawling about? Wow, that'd be way too thrilling. Still, I love the way you casually say stuff like that with an intellectual face. That harsh side of her was also apparently in Alan's strike zone. This dude's king. Alan had told her that he had worked as a plate washer at a certain bar. Of course that wasn't true. He was a brawler who took all sorts of fighting jobs related within Battalion's turf. Obviously. After the soy sauce war, it was generally agreed that one of Primavera's problem was the fear of them as a violent organization that hadn't penetrated into the people. Primavera had put a lot of effort in improving its bodyguards trade, so that establishments that paid money to Primavera were more aware of the protection they offered. Alan was a leading member of that group of bodyguards. With his bright, cheerful attitude, he could get along well with anyone. He didn't ruin the store's atmosphere. God, so similar. Jesus. Typecasted. Also, he loved brawling, and resolving issues with a positive attitude that was almost like a festival. The strange thing about Alan's brawls was that even the people he hit started feeling like they'd been drawn into a festival, so they didn't hold a grudge. But even that was his public-facing side. In actual fact, together with the sniper Keith Kisaragi, he was part of a talented two-man team of problem erasers. In addition to all sorts of brawling, he was an expert in everything from using handguns to driving detailing, and observing people to being an escort. Oh my fucking god. Since most issues were resolved thanks to Keith's genius sniping ability, Keith got most of the credit. However, Keith was aware of the fact that he was a sniper with no other skills. Keith's ability could only be fully wielded thanks to the many sorts of assistance from Alan, including information gathering and observing the surrounding area while Keith was sniping. Because Keith understood that, he trusted Alan immensely as an irreplaceable partner. Their boss, Maurice, understood this too, so he also always had the two work together. No prey could escape after being targeted by these two. Yeah, like I could tell her that. Yuki had no connection to the criminal underworld. If I proudly talked about my job as a hired killer, she'd probably never speak to me again. Oh well, a person from the world of the night's fallen in love with someone from the world of the day. No getting around penalties like this. It's interesting to hear stories from laborers. It's always interesting to hear about a world you know nothing about. Anyway, I made up a funny story about being a barback. It was cute how she easily swallowed that urban legend about hired hands getting bossed around. If she found out I was lying, it'd be terrifying later, so I came clean and she laughed out loud. Okay, looks like it's my turn. You wanted to hear stories about my day-to-day work, right? Yeah, I want to hear about how you give it your all. Unfortunately, I'm not confident I can find an interesting story like yours. It can be just be anything, something you did today. Anything's fine. Today. Well, I did have lunch with some mafia folks. Mafia? Which mafia? That's a secret. Well, they were just your basic bosses in the criminal underworld. You work with people like that? Oh my god, can I tell you, please? Don't misunderstand. It's not like I'm a member of the criminal underworld myself. Mafias are basically groups of ostracized dropouts, right? But instead of admitting it, they act all proud as they torment the people. They're just awful. It was far too late for Alan to admit to being one of those just awful people who represented City 23's underworld. The fucking meme's gonna be both of them actually work in the underground, and they're like, no, I'm just not gonna tell the other person. It wouldn't happen to be those Primavera guys, would it? No, not them. It was a different family, not Japanese. Though I do have a meal meeting planned with bosses from Primavera in the near future. I've heard their boss is a young woman. I'm sort of looking forward to seeing what sort of character she is. I thought you worked in commerce. Whenever you try to move around a large sum of money, people like that always come butting in. Did you know the filthiest and most unsanitary thing we find around ourselves is money? First I've heard of it, but it makes sense. You got all those people touching it with their dirty hands. It's probably covered with germs. Exactly. When you move around a lot of money, filthy people like that try to latch onto it. In other words, making arrangements with people like that is part of your job. Exactly. Sharing a meal with people like that can't be good for your digestion. It's such a relief, Alan, that you can always find restaurants so good for digestion and relaxation. Are your talks with such scary people going well? They aren't threatening you or anything, are they? Alan's gaze grew slightly sharper. Normally it was okay for him to be noisy and frivolous man. However, these underworld people she was complaining about were probably from his realm. Thanks for your concern, but nothing like that has happened. They're just sensitive to the scent of money. Once they realize they stand to earn more by working with me, they start acting like gentlemen. After that, they're like lonely puppies, easy to tame. Wow, like me. Whoa, nice going. Can't believe you got them by the nose. But they're still members of the criminal underworld, right? Probably best not to underestimate them too much, yeah? Thanks for the warning. Still, though, I may not look it. I'm used to that sort. This brave woman boldly stated that she wasn't afraid of the criminal underworld. However, to Alan, this looked like talk from a secluded rich girl who didn't know what fear was, and it put him on edge. Well, you know, I may not look it, but I think I might be pretty reliable in a tough spot. So, well, you know, if you get in a tough spot or something like that, you've just got to talk to me, and I'll go all out, okay? No, thank you. I'm not so irresponsible that I'd ask someone else to help me recover from my own mistake. When a woman makes a mistake, it's normal for a man to cover for her, and that sort of thinking is exactly the same as a woman abandoning her rights of gender equality. Sorry. I definitely didn't mean it like that. I'm just kidding. Thanks for your kind words. Being unable to accept feelings like that is the fault I need to overcome. Just fuck already. After finishing their meal and enjoying an after-meal wine, the two left the restaurant. The bill was always Alan's responsibility. Yeah, gender equality meme. At first, Yuki had asked to split the bill for the sake of gender equality. Queen! Fuck! Yes! Take me! However, Alan had refused to back down on this one point alone. Fucking bitch. In the end, Yuki had agreed, but she still seemed unsatisfied to be relying on him completely for the bill. I want to stop by this place again sometime. I like the atmosphere. Really? Don't get a reservation as soon as you've got time in your schedule. I'll contact you once my schedule's set. After that, I'll be counting on you. Until now, you've been choosing the restaurants, so you've been handling the bill as well. But I choose this time, so I'll pay. Come on, you don't need to worry about that. It's fun to treat you anyway. It is, isn't it? So it wouldn't be fair to let you have all the fun to yourself, now would it? Alan was more and more hooked by this cool side of her. Take me. Take me! They went outside. Night had completely fallen. Except for the drunks who still hadn't had enough. It was time for the ladies and gentlemen to head home. This restaurant was a secret spot after all, so the street was on the lonely side. If they wanted to call a taxi for her, they'd probably have to walk to a larger street. A second ago, we called this a lonely street, but more specifically, it was lonely in a slightly disreputable street. God fucking damn it, Alan! Laborers got dead drunk to distract themselves from their days of pent-up frustration, and they'd sometimes let out curses or shrill cries. And some of them let off the stress with fighting festivals. What do you guys think you're doing here? Oh, you bastard! I'll teach you a thing or two. Let me in. Let me go wild. You both got it all, jump it too. Alan, don't. What on earth is that? It's a bunch of drunks fighting. It's like a local distraction in the old downtown district. They're just letting off their pent-up frustration with pretend brawls. It's not like they're trying to kill each other or anything. Pretend brawls? Yeah, pretend brawls. Well, I call them fighting festivals, though. Strictly speaking, fighting festivals were different from brawls. They were more like something a couple of elementary schoolers would start up after watching a kung fu movie. The laborers who were strong thanks to the hard work they did every day joined pretend brawls to let off the stress that their excess physical energy left them with. Because onlookers understood this, they laughed and cheered them on. If it had been a real brawl between people who hated each other, which might break out in a kill fest before long, no one would cheer them on. If that had been the case, a bunch of drunks desperate to join someone else's fight would rush in, and in a flash a fight would end up with both parties being held accountable and getting punished. In that sense, you might say it was a form of communication between slightly dangerous drunks. Of course, the higher-ups in both Primavera and the GDS would rather people refrain from this sort of thing. However, Alan thought differently. Right now, Japanese and Chinese drunks were fighting together, but looking at their eyes, they were all truly seemed to be having fun. Instead of remaining isolated and coldly insulting the other side, it was much better for them to passionately punch each other and learn each other's faces. Since Alan thought this way, these fighting festivals between Japanese and Chinese men seemed a lot more almost charming to him. So Alan's face relaxed. Yuki might treat him like a flippant person, but maybe this would be a good chance to let loose and show her he was a reliable man in a fight. No, bad. Alright, watch this, Yuki. Time to watch Alan Aramaki roar. Just Alan was about to roll his arms, Yuki turned to look at him with an incredibly scorn-filled gaze. Violence really is terrible, isn't it? Just watching it creeps me out. Don't you agree? Yeah, I do too. I'm actually opposed to violence. I am a pacifist. Fucking, I could hear him shrivel up there. There are three kinds of people I hate. The first kind are people in the mafia. Second kind is people who are violent. The third kind? People who are in the mafia and also violent. People like that should just die. If she finds out, she'll do more than just despise me. Let's go. Pretty soon the police or MPs will be here and arrest everyone. Yeah, I better just leave him alone, right? Still, I'm glad. Glad you aren't a violent person. Hypothetically, if you'd taken an interest in that drunken brawl and said you wanted to join in, I'd have scorned you for life. Violent, I never try not for this guy. Momentai. Oh, you speak Chinese, Alan? No, not at all. While somehow managing to change the subject, he ignored the people fighting and walked past him. They call out to him. Oh, god damn it. Alan, hey, is that Alan? Alan the Brawler's here. Oh, dear. I thought it was about time for him to show up. Where's that bastard? I gotta pay him back for the other day. You sure that's Alan? It's not the wrong bed, is it? If it was Alan, he should be jumping forward as soon as he saw a fight. That's right, you've got the wrong man, so stop staring at me. These people are so creepy. They're staring right at us. No, that's just your imagination. We'll get drawn in if we meet their gaze, so let's go. Off we go. Ah, drat, I think I left my compact in the washroom of that restaurant. Oh my god, sorry Alan, I'm going back. Yuki hurried back down the path they'd come by. Once more, she walked by the group of fighting men they'd finally passed. Well, he definitely looks like Alan. That's Alan, isn't it? Hey Alan, you're Alan, right? Stop! 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 Are you acquainted with those drunken fighting drunks? Of course not. I would never be acquainted with such violent people. But they're calling you by name. Alan's a common name. They've mistaken me for someone else. Definitely. If we don't hurry back to get your stuff, someone else will take it. Saying this, Alan pushed Yuki's back. The fighting men, now certain that this was Alan the Brawler, looked confusedly at this strange behavior. Of course, none of them acknowledged that Alan the Brawler would be delicate enough to avoid a fight just because he had a woman with him. Hey Alan, the hell are you ignoring us for? What's with him? Is he running scared? Maybe he can't hear us. Hey, Alan! These people are quite persistent. Why don't you go and tell them they've got the wrong person? I can't do that. No. Times like this, the best strategy is to avoid answering them. Alan ignored the men and turned his back to him. Of course, the men assumed he was literally ignoring them. Hey, Alan, what's with the cold shoulder? Hey, you trying to say we ain't worth your time? Let's throw rocks at him. The drunks picked up pebbles lying at their feet and started throwing them. What's wrong? You've been acting strange for a while now. Me? I was acting strange, right? That's true enough. We'd better hurry. I like that compact. I'd hate for someone else to try to take it. Smiling, ignoring the rocks and bits of trash that were hitting them in the back, Alan arrived in front of the restaurant they just left. The men seemed to be considerably let down by Alan ignoring them. They were still throwing stuff. Baby, I need to protect your honor and fight these fucking scoundrels. Damn, I'm getting all cocky when a guy's unable to pick a fight. My dick is in her hand right now. I'll be back soon. Will you wait for me? Of course. Please take your time. Ah, he's finally come over here. What's with you, Alan? He just kills him. Hey, where's all that spug go? Hey, Alan the coward, don't leave your balls at home today. Did you leave your balls at home? Thank you. The problem is she's going to walk out and be like, what the fuck's going on? Actually, no, he's going to beat them up beforehand. Like the fucking king he is. Don't let her down. She's cute. Too easy. The moment Yuki disappeared into the restaurant, Alan the Brawler unleashed his lightning-fast fist on the drunks. Can't you tell by looking? Damn you! Taking a pass when a guy can't pick a fight? No, that's our Alan the Brawler. Okay, now it's our turn. Yeah, that's our Brawler fight. Oh, I'll fight all right now. Which one of you wants to go flying first? Yuki, they said very awful. Okay, that was whatever. That was what the fuck ever. Hey, Alan, thank goodness one of the employees was holding on to it for me. Oh, that's great. Why are you breathing so hard? Huh? Oh, well, it's a hobby of mine to do a bit of muscle training while I wait. Didn't I tell you? First I've heard of it. Oh, well, the employee said he'd get it from their storehouse, so please wait a bit longer. Sure, take your time, he says while in a headlock with someone. I see your punch hasn't changed. Knock him down, time to start round 2. Wouldn't have you any other way. Now it's starting to get fun. I'm not having fun. Learn to take a hint, man. Easy peasy. Give me my Yuki Queen. Nice. Thank God. Get me out of here. Take me, Yuki. Sorry to keep you waiting, Alan. Huh? What happened here? It looked as though a typhoon had passed in front of the restaurant. Trash cans were turned over, and there was a pile of men lying on the ground. Well, they said they wanted to join in on my muscle training, so I showed them how, and they've already gassed out. Sheesh. You guys really need to work out. You'll never be popular with the ladies like that. I hate machos. Oh, really? How convenient. I'm not bulked up at all. Every time. Wait up, Yuki. I'll walk you to the taxi stand. What just happened? Fucking meme. Nice. Nice. More points.